Hello everyone, today we will be talking about the histology of epithelium as a part of skill assessment. So the histology of epithelium skill assessment comes under competency number AN 65.1. The specific learning objective is here, you have to identify the epithelium under microscope, you have to describe the various types and you have to correlate with its function. Moving on to the first slide, that is simple squamous epithelium. So here the cells are flat and in the center the nucleus creates a bulge on the cell membrane. The adjoining cells here are held by occluding junctions and therefore the substance has to pass and diffuse through the epithelium. Examples you can see, they are the endothelium of the blood vessel, mesothelium of the pleura, epithelium of the alveoli, and in the epithelium of the alveoli it helps in exchange or diffusion of gases. Whereas in medulla of the kidney, it helps in countercurrent exchange. So this slide you can see, this is the example or the picture taken from the lung alveoli. Here you can see the squamous, simple squamous epithelia. Moving on to the next slide. So this is a slide, simple cuboidal epithelium. Here the length and breadth of the cells are equal, the nucleus is rounded and in the center. The example for this slide is covering of the ovary, lining of the duct and lining of the follicles. Here you can see this is the picture of thyroid follicle taken under 45x under microscope. So you can see this cuboidal cells lining the thyroid follicle. Moving on to the next slide. So the next slide is of simple columnar epithelia. Here the height of the cell is more than the width. The nucleus is oval and it is situated closer towards the base. The example for such cells are present in the gallbladder and ducts of some glands. Now this is an example here of an unmodified simple columnar epithelium. This is the 45x picture of the gallbladder showing the simple columnar epithelia. This is the 10x magnification showing the simple columnar epithelia here. Moving on to the next slide. This slide is of stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. This type of epithelium is found in the oral cavity, esophagus, anus and vagina where the epithelium is protective in nature. We can see the basal cells that are columnar cells. Then we can see few layers of polyhedral cells, around 3 to 4 layers. Then on the surface we can see few layers of squamous cells. The picture here is taken from the esophagus. This is the 45 magnification of the esophagus, whereas this is the 10x magnification of the stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium of the esophagus. The next slide is of stratified squamous keratinized epithelium. Now this epithelium is present in the area where there is extreme wear and tear as in the skin. So basal you can see the columnar cells and then, basal you can see the columnar cells, whereas then followed by it is 3 to 4 layers of polyhedral cells and topmost you can see the squamous cells. Above it you can see a thick layer of cornified layer or the keratinized layer. So these are the dead cells or the keratin layer that you can see. Example for stratified squamous keratinized epithelium is skin. This slide is of transitional epithelia and it is also called as urothelium as it forms an impervious lining of the bladder and ureter. Now you can see here the basal cells here are columnar cells followed by few layers of pear-shaped cells you can see, and then you can see the topmost layer, that is the facet cells. The example for the transitional epithelium or urothelium is urinary bladder and ureter. Moving on to the last slide of the skill assessment, here you have the pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. So this consists of single layer of cells that appear to be two layered. The cells are at different layers, only few reach the lumen, due to which the nucleus appear at different levels and hence it looks stratified if you see here. So, this is present in the respiratory tract. So, if you can see, this is the 10x magnification of the trachea showing the pseudo stratified ciliated columnar epithelia. So, here you can see the cilia as well as you can see the columnar cells. You can see few goblet cells also produces mucus. So, with this I conclude the skill assessment of epithelia with the pseudo stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Thank you.